Okay, so our second work session topic is Iowa Jobs for America's Graduates, or iJAG City Life Student Presentation to City Council. So I will turn it over to Community Engagement Coordinator Tim Wafieri.
All right, thank you so much for that, Adrian. And I just want to say thank you so much, Mayor Kavanaugh, for the council and also for City Manager Mike Van Milligan and staff as well. I'm really excited to be here tonight because you get the opportunity to hear from our iJAG students, this Iowa Jobs for American Graduates, and their experience with our City Life program. Now, City Life has been offered twice a year, and so that's more generally in the afternoon from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. But looking at partnerships, so we partnered with our iJAG program to be able to offer it to our high school students. And tonight you get the opportunity of hearing what their experience was and checking out some cool things that they have to share about their experience. So just want to turn it over to the instructors, Steve Nelson and Janie Heslog.
Thank you, Mayor Kavanaugh, City Council, and City Manager Mike Van Milligan. So iJAG is, do I have control of this? So iJAG is a nonprofit that partners with school districts across Iowa. We focus on project-based learning that focuses on leadership development, as well as individualized supports, and the biggest focus is career exploration. It is a year-long elective credit for the students that take it. And in Dubuque, we serve 349 students. So that's in Dubuque, Hempstead, 9th and 10th grade. That's one program. 11th and 12th is a separate. Same at senior. And then at Jefferson, Washington, and the Alta Vista campus. So we didn't do the best data keeping in terms of how many individual students went through City Life, but we can approximate like 75 this year. Then that was determined off of 25 seats per school. So 25 students from Hempstead, 25 from senior for each of the 5 sessions. And this is our third year kind of partnering up with City Life, and I feel like every year it just keeps getting better, more kind of specific, more intentional. So I will start this video to kind of show what we did this year.
Good morning, City Council. We're live at the Dubuque Fire Department. I'm Layla Saunders, and I'm the Vice President of our Iowa State Career Association. My name is Marlia Yeager, and I'm the Vice President of Leadership Development. My name is Tony Crowder, and I'm 9th and 10th grade President at Hempstead High School.
I am Kenny Stotler, and I'm the President for 12th and 11th grade at Senior High School.
And we're going to show you what we learned on our field trips of City Life.
Woo!
I had a mentor of mine said, hey, you're doing phenomenal in this whole college, professional thing. You ever think about getting your master's degree? I was like,
Question came up about a water fountain. That's about $1,500.
If we can just, we can like,
I don't want to turn it off because what if we're talking to actual people in real life?
emergency.
Stop saying emergency, they don't think somebody died or something. You gotta be like breaker. This is Leah. You know you're talking about. Have you been quiet? No, I seen the movies. You gotta be like breaker. This is Leah 223.
And this is my first stint in the community policing division. I have a 4-year.
And you don't want to put more dust on it. You want to just try to develop that print a little bit more. I don't know if Isaiah washed those prints off this one.
work around this entire area trying to cheat all the way to the spot where he's gonna go. As you can see, he'll snip all those individual boxes.
Okay, thank you for watching that. Now I'm going to turn it over to some of the students.
Thank you, Mayor Kavanaugh, City Council, and City Manager Mike Van Milligan. My name is Ana Bermudez. I am a senior at Hempstead High School. Mike Van Milligan kicked off our city life experience showing, city life experience showing the way he empowers city staff and city events. Antonio Muzan from the MFC, it's actually called the Multicultural Family Center, followed up sharing opportunities for local youth, such as the Summer Teen Empowerment Program, which is STEP, teen nights, tutoring, and also teen hangouts, and the ways they celebrate diversity and inclusion.
Thank you, Mayor Kavanaugh, City Council, and City Manager Mike Van Milligan. My name is Olivia Skemp, and I am a junior at Hempstead High School. Another session we heard from was Leisure Services, and we heard from Dan Kroger. He explained to us the youth employment opportunities in the community that have great pay for teenagers. Me personally, I'm looking at lifeguarding in the summer, and some other iJAG students are looking to become park leaders. Next, we did an interactive activity. He put us in groups. He gave us a piece of paper and a budget, and he told us to design Jackson Park. So we all got to put in our ideas and design it how we would like it. And that was super cool because I didn't know that Comiskey Park was all the community members and the youth ideas. So that was super empowering to know that I can have an impact on my community through my voice. So yeah.
At Public Works, we heard from Director Ariel Swift, and we learned about the apprenticeship program, CDL certification, and did a recycling activity. After learning about the different city budgets, I realized that the community interacts with Public Works on a daily basis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We thank you, Mayor Kavanaugh, City Council, and City Manager Mike Van Milligan. I personally got to go to all but one of the sessions. The first session I went to was the Dubuque PD apartment. We got to go in 4 different rotations. The first rotation I went into, I worked with the investigator Chris. He taught us how to fingerprint off of cans, how to pull them, what makes a good fingerprint, and why fingerprints are so hard to pull. Then we talked to the 911 dispatchers. We learned about her job and her roles and everything that they do. And then we went to the canines, as in the photo. We learned how they train the dogs, how hard it is to train dogs, and then we talked to our school resource officers. One thing I learned from this was there's also officers dedicated to make community relationships. So if something were to go down, there's officers in the community that might have built bonds with some of the folks here that other officers don't know, so it's more comfortable when people are in like dangerous situations.
Hi, my name is Wylia Yeager, and I'm a junior at Hempstead High School. I went to the Dubuque Fire Department, and what we did there is the chief, Amy Scheller, introduced us, and we got the opportunity to speak with the Assistant Fire Marshal, Derek Paulson. Chief Scheller welcomed us in and informed us about the 6 different stations around Dubuque, strategically stationed to reduce response time in emergency situations. And something that she informed us was that we are welcome to go in and speak with the firefighters there and get connected and familiar with, just them there. And I thought that was really cool because I'm interested in being a firefighter. So I just think that's a very cool experience, and I will be doing that soon. At the fire department, we got to ride it's called a ladder truck. They put it like 106 feet above the ground. It was really high. So we got to ride that, and we got to go in the fire training building where they set live fires to help them train in emergency situations like bed fires, couch fires. They have like the sewer, elevator fires. It's very cool, very, very good training in there.
And then the last station we went was at the airport. We got to basically start from square one, and we learned how to, if we're new, how to even book a flight and how an airport system works. We got to go a little behind the scenes, as you can see in the photo. We drove around the airport. We got to go into UD. We actually got to question one of the students in the pilot program. I'm not quite sure what it's called. That was really interesting. We got to go in and see the VR and all their training to even become a pilot. One thing I learned was they have their little own city. They mentioned how they hired a farmer and all of that stuff. I thought was very interesting. And we just learned a whole bunch of stuff from the airport because that's one of the things I'm unfamiliar with. And at the end of the airport session, we actually got to talk to our mayor, and we talked about what can improve in Dubuque and how Dubuque runs, and it was an awesome session.
Really great experience. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so City Life is not only informative, but it's super empowering for the students. It really brings local leadership to their level, and I think that's really important, not only while they're in high school, but the lessons that they've learned and the connections they've made once they leave the high school level will just carry them further. Something that iJAG is really big about is student voice and choice. That just basically gives the students a platform to share their ideas, opinions, perspectives, and this generation, they want to make a difference in their community. So kind of like Layla alluded to, Mayor Kavanaugh did, I kind of asked the students at the airport what they would like to see in our community to make them want to stay longer. In class, we compiled a short wish list of things that they would like to see. So I will let the students kind of come back up and share a couple things that they thought of.
So we thought of new stores in the mall, maybe a mall outlet, and maybe some froyo places. I hear a lot of high school students want, I think it was Cherry Berry. It was very good. That we love that so much. So I hear a lot. Froyo. We also thought about some indoor fun things to do, laser tag or a music room for karaoke.
We also would like a sports complex, either some indoors activities like tennis, soccer, basketball inside, and maybe some more outdoor, and also electric scooters. Mayor Kavanaugh said at our thing that he's a big fan of those, so I think we should look into that.
I think overall, it's really what are the youth able to do beyond 5 o'clock? when I'm out with my friends, we're driving around, we want to hang out with our friends, but where do we go? The parks aren't really built for us. Everything around us is closed, and you can only go to Walmart so much. So maybe just like a spot that is a mix of like roller skating and an arcade, maybe just like a little karaoke, just something that teenagers can go and just stay out of trouble and just go there, have fun with their friends, and meet new people as well.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions I should ask?
I bet we
Yeah,
do.
let's hear it.
I bet we do. First of all, let me just say sincerely how thankful I am that you're here to be able to talk to us like this. Yeah, thank you. You know, we've had City Life in place for a while now, and a lot of people have gone through it and experienced it. But I don't remember ever having a presentation like this from students like you, who were part of iJAG going through this, and hearing what that was like from your perspective. It was incredibly helpful to hear that. And I wrote your wish list down. Actually, I only wrote electric scooters, so I hope that's okay. No, I wrote the entire wish list down. I saw everybody writing. I mean, these things are important. You just addressed your city council. We're your elected representatives in the city. And you told us things that you wanted to see, and we are people who have the ability, with partnerships with other community members and all those different departments you went to get some of those things done, hopefully all someday, but you know, a lot of these things done. So the fact that you're here to talk about that is really, really important. And you're representing, I don't know if you realize this, but you're representing people your age right now. You're sort of speaking for the entire group of people your age in Dubuque. I don't know if you realize you'd be in that position tonight and doing that, but it's actually really helpful for us. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to open it up now so everybody here can ask any questions or say anything they want to. We've got a few minutes to do this before we start our next meeting at 6:30. So I hope, is that okay with you all? Okay, perfect. Yeah. Ms. Roussel, go for it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I think many of us at this table once attended either Hempstead or Senior or one of the schools here. And so we are really proud to have students here to tell us about what's needed in our community. I'm so glad that you took the time to go through the program. And I would encourage you to not let tonight be the last night that your voice is heard, but to continue to reach out to us as ideas come to you. And we will welcome those with open arms. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rousseau. Ms. Farber, go for it.
So I also want to thank you for stepping up and sharing your thoughts and your experiences with us. And I also want to applaud your efforts for doing the internships and working with City Rec in the summer, and you know, one step at a time to kind of think about what you want to do professionally. And this is a great time for you to assimilate what the city has to offer you as well. And I know that my first job when I was in high school was teaching tennis at City Rec. So I know how important that is to have a little bit of coin in your pocket as well, but also just the experience and learning how to socialize and how to develop your leadership skills and your communication skills with those that are older and younger for you as well. So thank you very much, and I very much look forward to seeing you all this summer. Thank you.
Ms. Wethel.
I just have one request of all of you, which is to go tell people about the program and your experience and how you enjoyed it, because that's how people learn to enroll themselves and be part of this, but also to learn about what you learned. Share the information. I think word of mouth and encouraging that way is so powerful. So thank you so much for coming tonight. You did a great job.
Thanks for having us.
Well, then I think what I will, yeah, Mr. Resnick, go for it.
Thank you very much. So thank you for coming. So this is about jobs, and you looked at some potential jobs, but I didn't hear any, you didn't say, well, I wish we had jobs with, you know, high-paying jobs or anything like that. And I hope you understand that, of course, these job opportunities are, you know, you don't work just for the money. Hopefully you will find something that you want to dedicate your life to, and, you know, you try to do the things that you feel that are important. So the experiences that you had showed you a lot of very important jobs that help our community. So did this cause you to think about how you might not just, make a living, but how would you like to spend your life? That's what I'm hoping that this also gave you. If anybody would like to talk to that about, they were inspired by a certain activity to say, I could do that. I think that's important. And, what's next? Did anybody have that kind of experience? I would love to hear about that.
Yeah, I did at the firefighting department. I was interested in becoming a firefighter. I don't know why, I just always wanted to be a firefighter, but when we were there, they just let us know all the training you would have to do, and they let us know it's a different job day to day. It's a different day every day. So I just thought that was very interesting. I don't want to sit and do the same thing every single day. I just thought it was really cool how they have so many different situations they have to deal with, and how strong they have to be through those situations. I think that's very cool and very empowering. I thought that was very inspiring.
Great, thank you very much. And if there's more, did you have an experience like that?
Yes, actually mine was when we got to create Jackson Park. I like being able to think about what would our community want, and that kind of sparked me on some of my journeys beyond high school, and how can I get engaged in the community and one day be on a council like this. I really loved just being able to construct something that maybe one day the community will all make memories at and be able to enjoy it with their families.
Well, thank you for that feedback. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mm-hmm. Well, I look forward to voting for you. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for going through this program and for everything you're doing. And for the iJAG staff, thank you very much for being a part of this program and connecting the city with the students who are going through this program too. I think this is such a great partnership, so we really appreciate your time with it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Ann.
Yeah. So the last 2 years, like I said, we are trying to every year. I think it just gets a little bit better. So last year our theme was diversity and inclusion, and how that's kind of shown through the community in different departments. This year it was all about service, not only connecting the kids and that's twofold. So it's how do we connect the kids to the community that serves them, and the other side of that is how do we then kind of get involved ourselves. So iJAG does also, we try to complete 15 hours of community service a school year, and that can be done in 1,000 different ways. But these two right here, actually, and one other student, there was an iJAG competition, and they made it through the preliminary rounds, and they were showcasing a PBL, and they chose City Life. And then they got to compete at a state level. I say they placed fourth. So it's just something that they're so proud of. It is something too that they do share with their peers. And even the students that didn't attend the City Life sessions, whether they couldn't for grades or whatever, they couldn't leave school, they were all not encouraged, they were all assigned to do independent research on all those departments that we went through. So they all were at least submerged in that education aspect. So, yeah.
That's great information. Thank you for adding that. Really appreciate it. Well, thank you once again for being here. We appreciate it. And have a wonderful evening.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we have no further business in work session, so we will be adjourned till 6:30.